Hi, planting potatoes today is what's on tap here for this video from the Bad Back Gardener YouTube channel. We're going to take this raised bed here and get it planted with some potatoes. It's April, and in my area of the country it's time to put some potatoes in. So this is what I've got going so far. What I've done to this bed is I've stripped off the stuff from last year, and then I've put a layer of compost on it, and then I've also put some sand in. I had from some projects, some cementing project. This is mason sand, but I put some sand in it to kind of loosen up the soil a little bit more. Potatoes grow a little bit better, tend to spread out a little bit better in loose soil. So I didn't put a ton in this, but I put a lot more compost than I did sand. But I'll get that mixed up, and hopefully it'll be nice and loose for the potatoes growing. I've done that before. It seems to work pretty good. So we're going to go ahead, and I've already tilled up most of this bed with the fork here. I've already forked it and turned it all over to get it ready for planting. So I just got a little bit left here to do. We'll get started with that, then we'll throw in some potatoes. Put on some gloves here, and we'll get to her. All I'm doing is just turning this over and mixing it up real good. Okay, so I got that all mixed up now. I'm just gonna smoothen it all out here, and then I'm actually gonna rake a little bit of the soil to the side here, and so I can kind of take later on in the year, take a little bit of soil and push it back over the plants once they're up and growing. Hopefully that'll create more potatoes as they come up. Okay, so as you can see here, these are the potatoes I got, these seed potatoes I got from the store. Now, one thing I almost did that you don't want to do is, at the store they give you plastic bags to put them in to take them home. And they're clear plastic bags that you put them in. So you don't want to bring them home. And if you're not going to use them right away, if you're going to the store to plant them within a couple of days, it's not a big deal. But if you get them earlier in the spring than what you were planting, don't leave them sit in the plastic bag. Spread them out in the box so they are in the box and can stay dry. If you leave them in those bags, you're going to get them all moldy and they could go bad. Another thing I got 3 different kinds of potatoes here. I got the red potatoes, and I got a couple of different kinds of white potatoes here. But I tend to get the seed potatoes that will come in a big huge bin, and a lot of people will go and grab bigger than that, grab the biggest ones they have, because they like to cut them. And you can do that. You can cut them just so you get an eye under each potato when you plant it in the ground. So you could get a potato like that, and you may get 2 or 3 plantings out of that. A lot of people do that. But when you cut them, you're also taking a chance on that part that you've cut open causing it to rot. So most of the time you're probably pretty good, but you can get some rot with those when you cut them. So I tend to, when I'm getting my seed potatoes, I look for the smaller of the seed potatoes, and I just plant them whole. I don't cut them at all. I just plant them whole, and you can see these ones are really sprouting out. So these look pretty good here, like they're going to take off pretty quickly, as you can see. So I got a lot of potatoes here, probably more than what I'll need for this one bed. I may have to make another bed somewhere in the garden, but for this video here, we're going to plant. We'll start off with the red ones here and plant them first. So now, I'm not going to cover them today. I'm going to cover them, but I'm just going to dig down and put them in the ground and cover them right away. I'm not going to just lay them out and then pull the dirt over top of them. I'm going to dig down in from here, plant them a little deeper, and then later on in the year I'll take this soil and push it over. So I tend to try and space them out. I don't have a whole lot of space dedicated to potatoes, but I space them out maybe a foot to 2 feet, foot and a half, depending on how crowded I want to get them in the bed. I'm planting them probably about that deep. Probably about 5 to 6 inches deep is what I'm planting them. And I usually plant them in I plant along the edge, and then I'll plant in between them. Between each set, I'll plant catty corner to them, one in the middle as well. Okay, so that's going to do it for this video for planting potatoes. I got all the red ones planted. They took up more than half of this bed. So I'm going to have to create another bed here, prepare another bed to get the rest of these potatoes put in. But I got a couple more kinds to get planted and get those in the ground. So thanks for watching. Catch up with me on Facebook. You can also email me at bbgardner@zoominternet.net. And as always, if your back ain't hurting, you ain't working.